Hello there, beautiful soul. Welcome to Elevate Your Mind with Ale. This Aries full moon that is going to happen in September is going to bring forth an intense burst of energy and vitality. Aries is a fire sign known as passion and fire and drive. So, this full moon is going to amplify those traits. So, you may find yourself feeling more confident, more assertive, and ready to take on the challenges that are coming your way. The full moon is also a time for self-discovery and personal growth. Aries is associated with the self and individuality. So, I want you to use this time to focus on your own needs and your own desires. Take this opportunity to reflect on your goals and aspirations and make plans to move forward with them. However, be very mindful that the fire energy of Aries can also lead to impulsiveness and conflict, so be sure to channel this energy in a positive way and avoid any unnecessary arguments or rash decisions. I want you to use the energy of Aries in this full moon to ignite your passions and fuel your ambitions. And I want you to remember to stay grounded and centered as you navigate this intense energy. Now, the signs that will be most affected by this Aries full moon will be Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libras, Sagittarians, and Aquarians. And on that note, it will be much more challenging for everyone else. Again, the energy will be fiery and rash, so just be aware of that. Now, I have some questions that I want you to ask yourself during this full moon in Aries. The full moon in Aries is an important astrological event that can bring about significant changes in your life. So, ask yourself, what are my goals and aspirations? The full moon in Aries is a time of high energy and motivation, making it an ideal time to reflect on your goals and aspirations. So, take some time to think about what you want to achieve in the coming months and how you can work towards these goals. And what fears am I holding on to? Aries is a sign that is associated with bravery and courage. So, I want you to use this full moon as an opportunity to confront any fear or anxiety that you may be holding on to. This is a time to be bold and take risk. And ask yourself, how can I improve my relationships? Aries is also a sign that is associated with leadership and independence. So it's a good time to reflect on your relationships and how you can improve that. Consider how you can be a better friend, a better partner, or even a colleague. And ask yourself, what changes do I need to make in my life? The full moon in Aries is a time of transformation. So use it to reflect on the changes that you need to make in your life, whether it's a new career path or a healthier lifestyle. Think about what steps you need to take to make those changes. And ask yourself, how can I embrace my inner warrior? Aries is a sign that is associated with the warrior archetype. So use the full moon to connect with your inner strength and resilience. Think about the challenges you may have faced and how you have overcome them, and use that knowledge to fuel your future endeavors. And you can also ask yourself, have I been hot-headed, selfish, or argumentative this month? Have I been going too fast or been too impulsive this month? Have I been rash, blunt, or too sensitive? Have I ignored others' finer sensibilities? Have I had enough fun? Ask yourself and truly answer it with honesty and truth, because you are not going to be hurting anyone else but yourself. So it's very important for you to ask these questions, write them down if it helps you out, journal on them, meditate on it if you can't come up with it right away, and have it in your mind. Now, the main message that I have for you is life isn't a race or a competition. honestly, if you want to compete with anyone, compete with yourself. Compete with the past version of yourself, because you should never compare yourself to anyone. You should never try to go as quickly as possible, because if you think about it, we are here for a limited amount of time. We will get to our destination if we work at it. And if you stress about it, you won't enjoy living. You won't enjoy the process. Now, I want you to find a balance between your needs and those of your significant others or your best friends. We all have needs, right? So balance that. And I always say this, the full moon is our monthly reminder to forgive, because sometimes we are stubborn, we don't want to forgive, and we're like, well, how can I forgive them? How can I do that? It's not for them. It's for you, so you can grow, so you can heal. So forgive. Do your full moon forgiveness ceremony, and just move on. And the full moon is also our monthly reminder to remember to be grateful. Be grateful for everything that you have. Be grateful for being here. Be grateful for being able to listen to this right now. Be grateful for having a phone, a laptop, wherever it is that you're looking and listening to this. Be grateful. Be grateful for your job. Be grateful for your family. Be grateful for your life. There is so much you need to be grateful for, and you should be grateful for. So take the time and truly be grateful. Okay, so if you've seen my videos before, then this is a point where you can just jump right into your own rising sign under the description. And if you are new here, hi, welcome. You are now going to, if you haven't yet, find out what your rising sign is. And you can do that by looking up birth chart. Typing it up, it is going to ask for your birth date, place of birth, your time of birth, and from there on you can search what your rising sign is. And then you can come back to this part of the video so you can jump into your own personal rising sign. And without further ado, let's jump right in. So hello there, Aries rising. This full moon in Aries will be in your first house if you are Aries rising. The first house is known as the image zone. The full moon in Aries can be a powerful time for those like you with Aries rising, particularly when it comes to matters related to the first house. This is a time when you may feel especially energized and motivated to take action in pursuits of your goals and your desires. It's important for you to focus on your personal goals and desires. The first house is all about the self. So use this time to reflect on your identity and what you want to accomplish in life. So take some action towards your goals. Aries is a sign of action and courage, so you don't have to be afraid to take risk and be bold in pursuing what you want. The first house is all about the self, so this may bring about a heightened sense of self-awareness and a desire to assert yourself in your identity in the world. You may find yourself feeling more confident and assertive during this time, and may also feel more inclined to take a risk or pursue new opportunities. However, it is very important to be very mindful of any tendencies towards impulsiveness or aggression that may arise during this time. While it's great to feel empowered and motivated, it's important to channel this energy in a constructive way, that it is aligned with your highest good. You may also want to use this time to focus on your physical appearance and how you present yourself to the world. The first house is associated with the physical body, so considering investing in some self-care or a new outfit that makes you feel confident and empowered Overall, the full moon in Aries can be a powerful time for those like you that have Aries rising, offering an opportunity to tap into your inner fire and use it to fuel your growth and progress. Embrace your identity and take action towards your goals. Use this energy to push yourself out of your comfort zone and into the life that you desire. So basically, the first house is about you, right? Your image, how you present yourself. And so in the coming 2 weeks, you might expect to turn the corner in one way or another in your personal and even your professional life if you take the chance to work on you, work on your appearance, work on how you look and how you express yourself, on your outfits, and how you creatively present yourself. The full moon can bring up intense feelings about your appearance or stresses and strains in a relationship, and it can be a big turning point. So just consider this your full moon that needs to be channeled all to you. It needs to be basically all about you. It's all very well and lovely to be focused on someone else. It certainly sounds like a valid thing, right? Once a year, the full moon, it's lighting up on your first house. This is to remind you that you also matter, that you need to focus on you, on yourself. Many of us are givers rather than takers. And while that may sound kind of great, it actually messes with the flow in our lives. The full moon in our first house is the time to remember how to say yes when people offer you to help you, to ask for help. So if you need any kind of help, ask for it. If you are having a hard time with something and you need some help, if you're cooking and it's just too much, whatever the occasion is that you usually just do everything, now is not the time for that. Now is the time for you to ask for help. And if someone offers to help, say yes. Yes, help me. Because you don't need to be doing everything by yourself. You have people around you that can help you. And if you aren't getting the help, if no one is asking you, then go and tell them that you need help. And if you feel a little bit extra emotional this cycle, I want you to take a moment and feel what you're feeling. I don't want you to drown your feelings with alcohol and just forget about it and brush it away. No. If you feel like crying, cry. If you feel like talking to somebody about how you're feeling, talk about it. If you have no one to talk to anyone about your problems or your situation or how you're feeling, your emotions, write it down. Pull up your record thing on your phone and just record yourself as if you're talking to someone on the phone. Just get it out. This is not the time for you to hold anything, and this is the time for you to feel your feelings, express them, and just let them flow so you don't keep having them on you. Your appearance might be something that, if you take this serious, is going to be a big turning point, basically. Since we are talking about the first house, which is all about the image, the self, I don't want you telling yourself, oh, I can't wear this, I'm too thin, I'm too fat, I'm too... Anything that negatively impacts you, you need to stop that. You need to stop telling yourself all of these things that bring you down, no matter if someone else is telling them to you. You should be your first cheerleader, your number one rooter to grow and improve and get your mindset to do better and be better. Work on yourself. Work on how you feel, how you present yourself. Work on finding one or two things about yourself that you know are totally unique and gorgeous, no matter what others feel about it, about your looks. Just focus on those areas and you will continue to love more and more aspects of you, because even though we might say, oh, well, I don't like this area of my body, it's who you are. It's what you are. You are perfect just the way you are. You just have to realize it and see it in a different perspective. Your needs and those of other people who are most important to you is going to be probably a bit of a challenge, a bit of a tug of war, because sometimes we tend to pay attention more to others and we forget about what we want, about what we want to do, and that might come up for you. So I want you to find a balance between your lover, your partner, your ex, anyone else in your life who counts as a VIP to you. This can be a time when you realize that you've been too focused on someone else and it is time for you to focus on yourself for a little while. Or totally contrawise, it can be a time when you realize you've been acting a little too selfishly and need to give someone else your time and attention. It's all about me and you. Much as it is in the 7th house, the full moon, and 6-month time from now, this is a chance to make a twice yearly adjustment. Now, when the full moon comes, every single time that you see the full moon, it's basically our monthly reminder to forgive. Every single time that you see a full moon, it's time for forgiveness. And sometimes we tend to not want to forgive because we are hurt, we feel betrayed, we feel sad, whatever kind of reason it is. But the thing about it is that if you don't forgive, you start putting all those emotions, stacking them up, and just you feel heavier and heavier and heavier, and it becomes harder for you to feel happiness, to feel fulfilled, to feel more authentic to what you're supposed to do and what you're supposed to be. So it's basically like a little clear out of all those negative thoughts, negative energies from your body that you do for yourself, not for anyone else. You don't forgive someone for their sake. You forgive for your sake. So, this full moon in Aries, I want you, Aries rising, to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for anything that you've ever done or haven't done, you haven't achieved, for anything that you think you've done wrong, for anything that you think you're lacking, for anything. Forgive yourself for it. And I want you to truly feel it, not just say, oh, I forgive myself, and there. No. I want you to say, I forgive myself. I forgive myself for always doubting myself. I forgive myself for always putting myself down. I forgive myself for speaking so badly about myself. I forgive myself for stopping myself from going out there and pursuing my dreams. I forgive myself. And truly forgive yourself. Now, the full moon is also our monthly reminder to be grateful, because we are here in this world and we are alive and we have the things that we have. We have so much to be grateful for. I know that I am grateful every single day that I live. I wake up and I say, I'm grateful. I'm grateful to even wake up. Some people go to sleep and they don't wake up. I'm grateful to be able to support my family and be with my family every day. There's so much to be grateful for. So remember to be grateful. Write your gratitude list. And if it's necessary to let go, safely burn it. I do have a full moon gratitude and forgiveness video if you are interested in that, to go a little bit more in depth. But if you don't, that's totally fine as well. Now, a little mantra that I like to, whenever I'm doing my full moon, especially if I'm trying to work on my first house, I like to play the mantra Ram. I don't really say it, but you can if you want to. And while I'm playing it like in the background and I'm listening to it and I'm concentrating and I'm meditating, this is a little mantra sentence that you can say to yourself so it can help you focus on the first house of the full moon in Aries. And that is, I embrace my rising sign and the power it brings to my first house. With courage and confidence, I step forward into the world, ready to take on any challenge that comes my way. My fiery spirit shines bright, igniting passion and enthusiasm in all that I do. I trust my instincts and follow my heart, knowing that my authentic self is my greatest ally. May this full moon in Aries energize and empower me as I embrace my rising sign and all the magic it holds. And when you say this, truly feel it and try to be as brave as this energy is giving off. Try to be as passionate and as enthusiastic as it sounds. Don't just, say it and be done with it. The affirmation that I suggest you can say for at least 2 weeks it's a short one, but I feel like it's a pretty powerful one, especially if you're focusing on yourself and trying to evolve yourself, and that is, I am turning the corner. So whenever you feel any kind of upset, or whenever you acknowledge that you are changing and you are trying, just tell yourself and affirm to yourself, I am turning the corner. I am. Well, Aries rising, this was a short little message, but I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, give me a follow if you're not already following me, and I will see you on the next moon video. Till next time. Okay there, Pisces rising. This full moon in Aries, you are to focus on your second house. The second house is known as your cash, your property, and your value zone. So, as a Pisces rising, the full moon in Aries on your second house will be a significant impact on your financial situation and even your personal values. This is a time when you may feel more assertive about your financial needs and may be more motivated to take action towards achieving your financial goals. This full moon is an opportunity for you to reflect on your relationships with money and material possessions. You may feel a strong urge to take risk and make bold financial decisions during this time. However, it is important to be cautious and not act impulsively. Take time to evaluate your options and make informed decisions. If you want to take some time to analyze your current situations that are financial, make any necessary changes to improve this. This can include creating a budget, paying off any debt, or considering new ways to increase your income. The full moon in Aries may also bring the light to any conflicts between your personal values and your financial goals. So I want you to take time to reflect on what truly matters to you and ensure that your actions align with your values. Overall, this is a powerful time to focus on your financial situation. Grow and transform in your financial and personal life. By taking steps towards achieving financial stability and security, I want you to stay grounded, be mindful of your actions, and trust in your intuition to guide you towards success. Embrace the energy of the full moon and use it to guide you to make positive changes. So basically, in the about coming 2 weeks, I want you to breathe through any financial dramas and focus on finding a solution that may come up. The full moon can bring up intense feelings, like I said, about your financial security and even stability, and about your self-worth. So just work through this and find ways to figure it out. The full moon reminds you that a balance is needed between what you do for yourself financially and what you do for others. There's your income to be considered and your debts. There's your self-worth and what you think you're worth as a person. And then there's what others are willing to pay you, which is usually based on what you ask for, at least within reason. If you are about to make a major purchase, you're doing it at the right time. And if you've been letting someone control you because they have financial power over you, this is the time where you can take a break from this. This full moon is also reminding you that you need to take care of your intimate life. Don't neglect it because of worldly concerns. Pay attention to your partner. Don't just neglect them because you're too worried about paying the bill, you're too worried about your finances. Don't forget about the things that matter and that are important. I want you to release any issue that you may have about money. The second house is all about cash, property, and possessions. So at this time, there can be some kind of climax or even conclusion connected to cash. If you've been fearful regarding cash lately, work with the full moon and the affirmations to release that. You can move into a better financial cycle if you work through releasing the fear of money. And you can work through it by adding affirmations to your everyday life. And one thing to be strongly aware of is that your self-esteem will affect how much cash you attract. So if you have a high self-esteem, you are much more likely to earn more than if you have a low self-esteem. So a tug of war may arise between your own money and what other people pay you or even owe you. I want you to find a balance between any issues you have regarding give and take. If you want to earn your own cash rather than be employed by someone else, this is a very good time to plan your exit strategy or cut the ties. If you've been too focused or dependent on someone else, now is the time to bring your attention back to your own situation. It's a good time to get your head around the idea that the universe is abundant and that there's more than enough for everyone, and you deserve to be abundant. Now, every single time that the full moon comes around, it's basically our monthly reminder to forgive. Sometimes we tend to hold a grudge and be angry and feel sad and just feel down for whatever kind of reason has gone in our life, and we just don't want to forgive. We don't want to let that go. We don't want to forgive. And I just want to remind you that forgiveness isn't for that person or for that event or for whatever thing that is holding you back. It's not for that, for them. It's for you. It's so you can let it go, drop it, and move on. Grow from it. Learn from it. This full moon in Aries, I want you to forgive. And I want you to forgive yourself and anyone else you need to for times where the money had been an issue. Whatever kind of situation that money was an issue and you just don't feel like you want to forgive them or the situation, I want you to just forgive them. If someone owes you money and it's been years they don't want to pay you, forgive them. Forgive them. And you're not forgiving them for them. You're forgiving them for yourself so you can move on, so you can drop that weight off of yourself. And the full moon also comes to us as a monthly reminder to be grateful. There is so much that we should be grateful every single day of our lives, and it is the time for you to be grateful. If you want a little bit more in depth on forgiveness and gratitude, I have a video that you can scroll back on my page and find it if you want a more in-depth video so you can forgive and let go, and so you can be more grateful and write your gratitude lists. Now, a little mantra that I like to play whenever I'm working on my second house is the mantra Lamb. I'll play it while I'm in the shower, before or after I'm meditating. And while I am meditating, I like to tell myself something where it helps me with values and possessions. So for you, this full moon in Aries, you can say, the full moon in Aries brings an opportunity to focus on my second house of values, possessions, and self-worth. I use this time to reflect on what truly matters to me and what brings me a sense of security and comfort. So I want you to repeat the following to yourself to help align your intention with the energy of the full moon. And you can say something like, I am worthy of abundance and prosperity. I trust in the universe to provide me with everything I need. I release any limiting beliefs about myself and welcome abundance into my life. And I want you to remember to stay grounded and centered during this powerful time and trust that the universe has your back. And I have one last affirmation that you can say on the night of the full moon, and that is, all of my needs are met and I am worth it. Whenever you are feeling down, or whenever you feel that things are going your way, whenever you feel that your needs are met, whenever you know that you are worth it, whenever you feel it, just affirm to yourself, all of my needs are met, I am worth it. You can say it over and over again. You can write a little note right next to your bed and say it the moment you wake up, all of my needs are met, I am worth it. Say it over and over and over again so you can feel it and truly feel it. Don't just say the words with no feeling to it, because feelings matter. Now that is all that I have for you, Pisces rising. I hope you found this video informative. If you did, I'll see you on the next moon video. Till next time. Hello there, Aquarius rising. This full moon in Aries, you are to focus on your third house, the house of communication. When the full moon enters Aries, it illuminates your third house as an Aquarius rising. This is a time for you to focus on communication, on learning, on networking, and you may find yourself feeling more confident and assertive in your communication style, which can help you express your ideas and thoughts more effectively. This is also a great time to learn something new or to take a class or a workshop that interests you. With the energy of Aries pushing you forward, you may find it easier to stay motivated and focus on your goals. In terms of networking, the full moon can help you connect with others who share your interests and goals, whether it's through social media, online forums, or in-person events. You may find that you are able to make vulnerable connections that can help you advance in your career or even your personal life. Overall, the full moon in Aries is a time to be bold and take some action. So, use this energy to your advantage and focus on communication, learning, and networking to help achieve your goals. So, in the coming 2 weeks, you could say more than you mean to. So, please be very mindful and careful of what you say and how you say it and who you say it to. The full moon can bring up intense feelings about siblings and neighbors, and about whether or not you should be honest about how you feel. It's all well dreaming of the great escape, where you and possibly a loved one or two decide to take off to see the world, or at least the countryside. But what about the details. The full moon reminds you that there is a lot of work to be done close to home, things that need to be taken care of, and items on your to-do list to be ticked off. It's also a celestial reminder that you seriously need to express yourself. If you haven't been honest about how you feel, now is the time to start saying your piece. Whether you're talking face to face, Facebooking, Instagramming, TikToking, emailing, tweeting, or whatever kind of communication it is. Dramas with siblings are highlighted now and can be sorted out. So just be aware of that. I want you to release any issue that you have about communication, your siblings and your neighbors. Be extra careful not to allow disagreements to escalate out of control. For some, the full moon here will reveal information that needs to solve a long-standing problem or query. Be careful what you write down on paper, in an email, in a text. Emotions are running high, so don't hit send and then regret it later on. Problems with siblings and neighbors can come up to a head right now too, and issues can be resolved with forgiveness. So remember, it's often less what you say than how you say it. A tug of war may arise between where you are and where you think you would like to be. So I want you to find a balance between your own backyard and the big wide world out there. This is also a full moon that can trigger some kind of development or resolution regarding a legal issue. Distant friends and relatives can loom larger, as can trips away and job opportunities. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be here or do you want to be there? Now, every single time that the full moon comes is basically our monthly reminder to remind ourselves to forgive, to forgive, to forgive, to forgive. Whenever we think about forgive, some of us tend to get a little upset of even mentioning forgiveness because you don't want to forgive. For XY reasons, you don't feel like it's necessary for you to forgive or that it's right for you to forgive. But every month, it's like clearing out energy, basically. And we do that by forgiving. So, this full moon in Aries, I want you to forgive yourself. For any negative words you've spoken, forgive your neighbors, forgive your siblings for any upsets that they have made to you. Just forgive. And this isn't to forgive them for them to feel better. This is for you to grow, to heal, to move on, and to move on to better things. And the full moon is also our monthly reminder to be grateful. So be grateful. We have so much that others wished they could have, and there's just so much to even count to be grateful for. You should be grateful for waking up every morning, to be able to be with your family, to be able to work, be able to talk, be able to walk. Literally, there is so much to be grateful for. So be grateful and feel grateful. And you can even do writing it down, write down your gratitude list. If you want a little bit more in-depth video, I have a video of forgiveness and gratitude. I think it might have been last year, so might scroll a little bit to get there so you can get a little bit more in depth on how to do that if you need some help. And a mantra that I suggest you play while you are in the shower, before, after you meditate, is a mantra hum. And I like to play it whenever I am about to do my meditation. And since you are working on your third house, this full moon in Aries, this can benefit you a lot. And by also saying this mantra, and that is, I express myself with courage and confidence, embracing new beginnings and opportunities for growth. Now, this mantra encourages you to tap into the fiery energy of the full moon in Aries, to take bold steps towards expressing your ideas and thoughts. And as an Aquarius rising, you may be naturally drawn to unconventional or innovative ways of communication. So, use this full moon to infuse your unique style with the energy of Aries to make your voice heard. Additionally, the third house focuses suggests that your communication and connections with others may be heightened during this time. Use this mantra to encourage yourself to embrace new connections and collaborations with confidence and even excitement. And whenever you listen to the mantra and whenever you say this mantra, truly feel it and believe it in yourself. Believe in yourself when you're saying, and try to express yourself as confident, and try to go at new opportunities and new beginnings so you can grow. And the last thing that I have for you is an affirmation that you can tell yourself on the night of the full moon, and that is, as I express myself with love, life brings me all I need. And that is basically you affirming to yourself that you love yourself. And by you speaking your mind, this is basically affirming that you do love yourself and that life brings you everything that you need. Because sometimes we want something, but you don't really need it. And sometimes we feel like we feel unsatisfied because we don't have like the latest trends or the latest gadgets, but do we need it or do we want it? And that's just something that we should be grateful for if we already have everything that we actually need. That's all that I have for you, Aquarius rising, on this full moon in Aries. I hope you found this video informative. As in Aquarius rising, I feel this really connecting to me, and I am working on expressing myself and being more courageous and more confident. Is a reason why I actually showed my face in the very beginning, because I'm trying to connect with you and grow with you. So as a little step forward, seeing me, I hope that you take that as a little encouragement so you can express yourself more authentically. And I hope I see you on the next moon videos. Okay? See ya. Bye. Hello there, Capricorn rising. This full moon in Aries, you are to focus on your fourth house. The fourth house is known as your home and your family zone. It sits basically on the very bottom of the birth chart. And if you think about the very bottom, you think about foundation, you think about family and your home. So, Capricorn rising, you are known for being responsible and disciplined. With the full moon in Aries, the focus shifts towards your fourth house, which represents your home, your family, and emotional well-being. And during this period, you may feel a strong desire to take charge of your domestic affairs and create a more stable and secure environment for yourself and for your loved ones. This is a good time to focus on your inner emotions and address any deep-seated issues that may be affecting your personal life. You may feel more assertive in your communications with family members and may need to set boundaries in order to maintain a healthy balance between work and home life. This full moon in Aries also brings a sense of excitement and adventure, so don't be afraid to channel this energy into trying new things around the home or exploring new ways to connect with your loved ones. Remember to harness the Capricornian work ethic and take things step by step to achieve your dreams and your goals. In the coming 2 weeks, I want you to pay attention to what your family needs, and I want you to also pay attention to your own needs for personal space and private time. This is where you can set boundaries if you need them from family members and for you to do a little balancing. The full moon can bring up intense feelings about your family. So I just want you to understand that you got this. You can go through any issues that has family in it, any kind of familiar issues. You can work through it. You just have to, if you pray, just pray through them, bless them, and understand that everything will work out. Working like a dog to achieve your personal goals may sound like a very good thing to some people, but there's a time and a place for everything. And at this time of your 4th house full moon, you're in a cycle when the planets, the sun and the moon in particular, are suggesting that you need to find a balance between your outer aims and goals and your inner needs. Perhaps your family needs you to spend more time with them, or perhaps you just need some time with nothing on your mind. Take a look at your family relationships and ascertain if everything is running as smoothly as you'd like. And if it isn't, this is a time to pour some energy into that part of your life. I want you to release any issue you have about your personal life, your home life, and your family life. Issues to do with your family can come up right now, so just be ready. Don't dread this. See it as a chance to sort out any outstanding upsets. Our family members are people whom we have a very karmic connection, and any issues that come up to do so can help us evolve. Basically, our family members are put in our life to help us grow. Yes, they might make us mad, they might make us upset, but we're meant to grow from that. We are meant to grow and learn and evolve from that. That's why they're there in the first place, to help us maybe have patience, maybe have courage, maybe to stand up for ourselves. Sometimes it may seem like very hard and upsetting, like if our kids are very obnoxious, they're very energetic. Maybe it's supposed to teach you to be more carefree. Maybe it's supposed to teach you how to not take life so serious. Maybe it's supposed to teach you how to live in the moment and be in the moment. Everything is for a reason, and we are meant to evolve with the people around us. The full moon here can also be a time when we make changes to where we live. If you are not sure about the best way forward regarding your home or where you call home, meditate on it. Ask your archangels, your guides, God, the universe for any direction that you need. Issues and projects connected to home can be resolved right now, so just know that you can do this even if it seems hard. A tug of war may arise between what you want to achieve in your life professionally and what you're required to do at home. So I want you to find a balance between your personal life and your career. Maybe you are a driven person who forgets to have a personal life and neglects your partner, your friend, your kids while you're working long hours. Or perhaps you are a family type who knows you have more to offer to the world. Either way, this is your time to strike a balance. Ambition and family work well together. Success can allow you to spoil your loved ones, and your desire to provide for your family can inspire ambition. Now, every single time that the full moon comes, which comes monthly, is basically our monthly reminder to forgive. And sometimes we might not want to forgive. We might not want to forgive our parents, our kids, or literally anyone because of whatever reason. And whenever it comes about forgiveness, it's a very tricky subject because sometimes you have very strong emotions and feelings attached with it. But the thing about forgiveness is that it's not for them, it's for yourself. So this full moon in Aries, I want you, Capricorn rising, to forgive yourself for any upsets you have had with family members, with your roommates, Make your home a peaceful sanctuary. I want you to feel at home in your home. I want it to feel peaceful. So whatever it takes, kind of forgiveness that you need to forgive yourself or others for around your home, then do it. And you're not doing this again for others. You're not doing this for your roommate. You're not doing this for your family members. You're doing this for yourself, so you can feel at peace at home. And the full moon also comes monthly to remind us to be grateful for all of the things that we have in life, for all of the things that we have accomplished, for everything that we own, for everything that we are, for being alive and waking up every morning. There's so much that we should be grateful for, and sometimes we forget. So every single time that you see that moon being full, it's your monthly reminder to be more grateful. If you want a little bit more in depth about this, I have a video about forgiveness and gratitude. If you want a more in-depth descriptive video over that. Now, this full moon in Aries, I want you to meditate listening to the mantra Om. You can listen to it while you're in the shower, or you can do it before or after you meditate. And since you are a Capricorn rising wanting to focus on your 4th house during the full moon in Aries, you may find it helpful to use the following mantra, and that is, I acknowledge my roots and honor my past. I embrace my emotions and let go of the weight I carry. I trust my intuition and follow my heart. I am strong and secure in my foundation. The 4th house is associated with our roots, home, family, and emotions. And with the full moon in Aries, the energy is fiery and passionate, encouraging us to take action and assert ourselves. As a Capricorn rising, you may tend to be practical and focus on achieving your goals, but it's important to also honor your emotional needs and connect with your past and your family. So just repeat this mantra during meditation or whenever you need to ground yourself and connect with your inner self. Remember that your emotions are just as important as your ambitions, and by focusing on your foundation and your roots, you can build a solid and secure future. How beautiful is that, right? To be able to feel safe on the foundation that is called your home. Now, the last thing that I have for you, Capricorn rising, is an affirmation that I want you to say on the night of the full moon in Aries, and that is, as I express myself with love, life brings me all I need. I am safe and secure. And that is connecting you with your home, with your foundation, and being able to feel safe in your own home. So when you say this on the night of the full moon in Aries, truly feel it. Don't just say it with no feelings behind it. Say it with feelings. Now that is all that I have for you, Capricorn rising. If you found this video informative, please let me know and see if it works out for you on using these mantras and affirmations. If it did, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you on the following moon videos. Till next time. Hello there, Sagittarius rising. This full moon in Aries will be on your 5th house. The 5th house is known as your kids, your romance, and your creativity zone. And as a Sagittarius rising, the full moon in Aries is likely to have a strong influence on your 5th house, which is associated with creativity, self-expression, and pleasure. This is an excellent time to focus on activities that bring you joy and allow you to express yourself in a unique way. You may find that you are feeling more confident and outgoing than usual, and this can be a great time to explore new hobbies or take on creative projects. With the fiery energy of Aries, you may feel a strong urge to take action and pursue your passions with gusto, and this can be an excellent time, but it is important to remember to take care of yourself and not to push yourself too hard. Listen to your body and give yourself permission to take breaks when you need them. Overall, the full moon in Aries can be a powerful time for self-discovery and creative explorations, whether you choose to express yourself through art, music, writing, or any other creative pursuit. Allow yourself to fully immerse in the process and enjoy this journey. Now, in the coming 2 weeks, check whether you're having enough fun, because fun is good for us. The full moon can bring up intense feelings about an issue to do with the child, and this can be your own if you have some, or someone else, your love life, or even a creative project that you might be working on. There's usually a whole lot of emotions going on in your chart in your life at this time of the full moon in your 5th house of self-expression, and you can be pouring your heart out, perhaps because you're sad or because you have a lot of emotions to download. And for some of us, it's about the joy that a child, whether that is our own or someone else's, brings to us. And for others, it's about pouring emotion into a creative project that we've been working on. And while this is going on, you need to find a balance between yourself and your friends. I don't want you to neglect them completely. This is your challenge for the coming month. I want you to release any issue you have about allowing yourself some time off. The past few weeks may well have seen you working very hard, but now you may feel put upon the need to look after your friends. Turn that around if you can and make this a very sociable time in which the person having the most fun is you. An issue related to a child, whether your own or someone else's, can come to a peak right now, and hopefully for resolutions in a way that makes everyone happy. If you have a creative project on the boil, it is a very good time to complete the latest stages or even finish it off altogether. All in all, a tug of war may arise between what your friends and what you need for yourself. Self-expression is a focus, as are kids and creative projects. So find a balance between how much you cater to the needs of your groups and social circles to which you belong to, versus how often you are taking center stage, being yourself, speaking up, and letting the world know what you have to offer. It is safe to be with lots of people doing what they do, but this is the time to show the world who you are. It is a love affair. If a love affair ends at this time, it's doing so at the right time. One that starts now could be a very feeling-filled relationship that may even wax and wane with the moon. Now, every single time that the full moon comes is our monthly reminder to forgive. So, this full moon in Aries, I want you to forgive anyone who drags you down, yourself included, for any time you feel you were not a great parent or any time you took life too serious. Forgive yourself for anything that you feel that brings you down. Forgiveness isn't for the betterment of other people. Forgiveness is to help you release any negativity, any doubts, any concerns, and so you can move on, let go, and grow and make space for the next version of you. If you want a more in-depth on how to forgive and what's the reason to forgive and being grateful, I have a video on my page on how to do that a little bit more in depth. Now, I suggest that you play the mantra VAM while you are in the shower, while you are meditating, either before or after. And this is going to help you connect more into the mantra that you can say. So as a Sagittarius rising, working on your 5th house, which represents creativity, self-expression, and enjoyment, you can repeat to yourself this mantra so you can affirm to yourself, and that is, I am confident in my unique talents and abilities. I allow myself to fully express my creativity without fear or judgment or rejection. I embrace the joy and excitement when it comes with pursuing my passions, and I trust that the universe will guide me towards fulfilling my highest potential. Now allow this mantra to inspire and motivate you to explore your creative side and pursue your dreams with enthusiasm and confidence. And remember that the full moon in Aries is a time for action and manifestation. So, trust in your abilities and take bold steps towards achieving your goals. Now, the last thing that I have for you, Sagittarius rising, is an affirmation that you can say on the nights of the full moon in Aries, and that is, I am a creative being. And you can use this affirmation so you can affirm to yourself that you indeed are a creative being, so you can tap into your creativity, so you can be more creative and express yourself and enjoy life the way that you are supposed to. And when you say it, truly feel it. Feel the excitement. Feel the creativity running through you. Allow your creative thoughts and creative ideas come. Now that is all that I have for you, Sagittarius rising, on this full moon in Aries. I hope you found this video informative. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you on the following videos. Till next time. Hello there, Scorpio rising. This full moon in Aries, you are to focus on your 6th house. The 6th house is known as your daily work and your health zone. Since you are a Scorpio rising individual, you are known for your intense and mysterious personality. When it comes to the 6th house, which is associated with daily routines, your health, and work, Scorpio risings like you may approach these areas of life with the same intensity and focus that you might bring to other aspects of your life. On the full moon in Aries, which is a time of heightened energy and action, Scorpio risings like you may feel a strong urge to take charge of your daily routine and work habits. You may be especially motivated to tackle any health issues that you've been putting off, or to make changes to your diet and exercise routines. However, it's very important for you, Scorpio rising, to be mindful of your tendency towards intensity and to avoid pushing yourself way too hard. The full moon in Aries can be a powerful time, but it's also important to listen to your body and take breaks when you need them. So just listen to your body. Overall, the full moon in Aries can be a time of positive changes and growth for you, Scorpio rising. And when it comes to your daily routines, work habits, and your health, by channeling your intensity in a productive way and being mindful of your limitations, you can make significant progress towards your goals. So in the coming 2 weeks, you may find a way to bring peace into your life, and this full moon can bring up intense feelings about what you do every day to earn a living. It can also herald fears about health. If you're one of the lucky ones and you've been working on yourself, then this full moon, when you see yourself for who you really are, You therefore see your good points as well as your flaws, and you decide to do something about your flaws. This is all about the daily life that you lead. Are you living a healthy fashion? Are you getting out and about to exercising? Are you doing yoga? Are you running? Are you lifting weights? Are you moving about, like dancing or whatever kind of movement gets you moving? Have you long ago given up bad habits such as smoking or partying too much? If not, then this full moon is your annual chance to start again. When it comes to taking care of yourself, body, mind, and spirit, routines are your friend at this full moon. At work, go slow and steady. I want you to release any issue that you have about the habits that you need to break. This part of your chart is connected with the daily rhythms of your life. If you're not happy with the way that you're doing things, with the way your life is going along with your morning or your evening routines, then this full moon is tuned into to let go of the old ways and start doing them differently. In particular, any unhealthy or even toxic habits should be released right now, whether that is not drinking enough water or drinking too much alcohol or not doing enough exercises or eating too much or not eating enough. Our daily habits impact our health, and your sixth house is about habits and health. So look after your habits and your health, because it's not going to take care of itself. You need to take charge and take care of your mind, body, and spirit. A tug of war may arise between your needs to deal with the rest of the world and your daily duty, and your needs to find some peaceful time out. So I want you to find a balance between your daily grind and the mysterious cosmos. Yes, you heard that correctly. Most of us have a daily grind of some kind, things we need to do, responsibilities we have to take care of, duties we can't avoid. And then there's bliss, peace, time out, meditation, contemplation, and the great void or the gap, the mysterious place in the universe where we can just be. Introducing a daily meditation or yoga practice can really help with balancing things up at this time of the full moon in your sixth house. In fact, I honestly recommend it not just for your sixth house, but for your everyday life. Now, the full moon is basically our monthly reminder to forgive. And this full moon in Aries, I want you to forgive the people you see every day who annoy you in the little ways. Quite possibly you might annoy them in the same ways. So forgive yourself for any unhealthy habits and make some changes and move on. We have all been there where we say we're going to start and we start and then we stop, or we say we won't eat too much sweets or a certain kind of food, and sometimes it's hard to stop. But we have to do it because we only have one body and we're not going to get another one. It's not like, oh, this one's out, let's go buy another one, let's go buy another body. No, you can't. You can't buy another body that is healthy. You need to work to improve it, and you need to give your body what it needs, not what you want, but what it needs. The full moon is also our monthly reminder to be grateful for everything that you have. Being grateful for your family, for your health, for your daily work, for waking up every morning. Everything that we have, that we own, that we know we're gonna get, we should be grateful for. And I have a video that is a little bit more in depth about forgiveness and gratitude, and you can just go on my page and look for it so it can help you out if you want it. And I recommend you use the mantra hum. You can listen to it while you are in the shower, or you can listen to it while you are meditating, before or after you meditate. And while you are listening to that, since you are a Scorpio rising Focusing on your 6th house, this full moon in Aries, it's all about finding balance in your daily routine, right? And taking control of your health and wellness. Well, you can use this time to focus on self-care, both physically and mentally, as your body and mind are interconnected. So I want you to repeat this mantra while you are listening to the hum mantra, and that is, I am in control of my daily routine and prioritize my health during meditation or throughout the day to help me stay grounded and focus on my goals. The full moon in Aries amplifies the energy of new beginnings. So take this opportunity to start healthy habits that will benefit you in the long run. Remember to also focus on your relationships with others, as the 6th house governs both work and service to others. I want you to use this time to reflect on how you can better serve those around you and find a sense of fulfillment in your daily task. By finding a balance in your routine and serving others, you will find a sense of purpose and fulfillment into your life. Now, the last thing that I have for you, Scorpio rising, is an affirmation that you can say on the nights of the full moon, and that is, I am in perfect health. Every single time that you are eating, every single time that you are exercising, every single time that you are walking, just affirm to yourself, I am in perfect health. So you could basically marinate it into your brain so you can try your very best to be in perfect health. Now, that is all that I have for you, Scorpio rising, for this full moon in Aries. I hope you found this video informative. If you did, please let me know, and I will see you on the next moon video. Till next time.